microphone. He said, "This is amazing." He said, "The cheap microphone's doing better than the expensive one."
Yeah,
sometimes it's that way. So yeah.
I have a nice $5 to $10 mic, and it works perfect.
Yeah, you just never know. I don't think I paid over.
Guys, this is recording.
My webcam
are we
was
online?
not dead.
Yeah, we're going live here. Okay, guys, so this is the Mardox Daily Live Chat for December 3rd, 2016. And we're here with Belinda and Ernie so far. Hopefully others will join in. It's not live. Oh, yeah, it is live, because I think we are all alive, right, Ernie?
Nelson, are you alive?
Yeah, I think I'm alive, I think. But it's not streaming live until the 7th. 7th, we get fiber optic, and then we're going to stream live again.
BJ couldn't make it today. He forgot he had a wedding to go to.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing to forget, yeah. So,
to
our people coming into our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and comment on the videos. By doing so, you run the chance of winning the monthly prize. Each month we put out a prize. It can be anything from one prize to multiple prizes, and we choose 1, 2, 3 winners for that month that are going to win the different prizes. Like this month, for December 2016, at the end of the month, we're going to give away 2 $25 Amazon gift cards to 2 different participants who subscribe and like and comment on each video, or as many as you can. So get in there, comment, say that you like the videos, get the word out, tell people on Facebook and on Twitter that we got a contest going, and hope you win. So, what did Ernie had a topic yesterday? Ernie, did you write it down?
No.
No.
You said you wanted me to finish what I was saying yesterday.
Yeah, well, what is it you were saying yesterday? Because this would be the continuation of Belinda.
Arbitrage.
Yes, that's what it was. Are we good with that?
It's up to Ernie.
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, we had an interesting conversation, Belinda and I, last night on chat, regarding arbitrage, and she was showing some of the software she was using, some of the methods, and interestingly enough, that all goes into lead generation too. And I think that would be another great conversation once we get a few more people in, and as well as email marketing. There's a lot of great topics we can talk about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spin-offs within that one realm that you could, venture to.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you guys, if you're going to talk about it, let's start back at the beginning, and explain so that people who have never seen or heard of this in their lives, example me, so we can understand what you're talking about.
Okay. Arbitrage in general basically means that you take one thing, you mark it up and resell it to another party. You become like the middleman, the matchmaker, whatever you want to call it, broker. And you pocket the money difference. They do this in all types of business. Walmart does it when they buy from a manufacturer. They might spend 2 cents, $2 on that sweatshirt that you pay 10, 20 bucks for when you shop there, for example. People who are starting out on eBay and Amazon nowadays, they don't necessarily have to go to a distributor or manufacturer, any kind of drop shipper, and buy things in bulk. What they can normally do now is go to Amazon or Overstock or wherever they're advertising a particular item they feel might be popular, and they copy and paste the ad, but then they spin it to make it their ad, so that they're not plagiarizing or anything. And then they put in a special keyword in their ad, and in their picture code, they just scramble the code in the picture, get a picture that matches, so that they get found. Because it's not, people today don't realize that most of us aren't bargain hunters. I used to think that most people would be, thrifty shoppers. They would look for the best deals. Actually, I found out we're the minority, not the majority of those that do that. Most people are in a hurry, or they just don't have the patience, and they're not looking and searching for the best price. All they care about is that they find what they're looking for. So if you know how to get found through your keyword searches and things like that, you're golden. I've had people pay things from me that were 40 bucks they could have got elsewhere for 20 bucks. But because they found me, they paid for it. Now, that's the e-commerce side. On the outsource side, like Fiverr, Craigslist, or any other site that they're advertising where they need jobs done, gigs, if you want to call it that. You can be the middleman. Again, be honest. Don't tell them you're going to do work if you don't know how to do it yourself. Okay, if you're going to outsource it because it's a job that you don't know how to do, be honest about, say you can have it done. Don't play on words. Be upfront. Be transparent. I know some courses teach you to lie, but I teach you not to lie. So guess what? The guy normally doesn't care who does it as long as the work gets done and it's efficient. And so you shop around for outsourcers like on Fiverr that will do a good job. One of the key things that I teach is to think outside the box and get creative. What a lot of courses don't teach is how to lessen your chances of getting a bad outsource if you're not going to do the job yourself, and have a better chance of having a loyal outsource. One of the ways that I've played around and found that works for me, not in all cases, but in most particular gigs that you will have done, is basically go to Fiverr exchange groups in Facebook, but talk to them. Get a feel for what kind of work habits they have. This is where you got to do a little bit of your homework. Not everything is going to be bam, bam, wham, and that's it, but it does pay off. You don't want fake exchanges, fake reviews. You want to basically trade each other's, try each other's, resources out and give an honest review. That's what I do. Another thing is to stand out is I use software that gets me up to the minute ads, so I can get those people that are just put an ad out saying I need design done, I need logos, I need e-covers, whatever. I also think outside the box and look for people that are looking for life coaching. I mean, I really get creative. And what I'll do is I'll email them back saying, hey, this is something I learned through another source, but then I put a twist on it myself. I'll say, I'll put an ad out with that same job that they're looking for, promoting that job and using examples of my outsources work, okay, if I don't have my own work. And I'll say, hey, small world, I have this ad here, go look at this link for my ad, and it's called the preemptive strike technique. You'll learn that in one of the members areas. And but what I do is I put a twist on it, and I'll add on that email that I didn't learn, that I did myself, is I'll give you a week's worth of free work. Now, you arrange this ahead of time with your outsource. In order for them to be willing to do that, you reward them with extra work, other referrals. Now, I could do that because I have software that piggybacks off each other, but I could do that for people who don't have what I have. I mean, I can do that for anybody. So both parties win because the outsource gets their extra work, their extra commission. At the same time, the guy that's testing you out is more likely to go with you because you're going to give him free week's worth of work, so he can't lose. Everybody wins. That's just one of the many methods I use to arbitraging.
Right. Right. Okay, cool. Ernie, continue this. I'm trying to make the thumbnail for this today's chat.
He's not even paying attention.
No,
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, I'm on, right? Okay, yeah, I want to make sure I didn't have myself muted there. So I didn't, mute out my sneezes and things. But anyway, yeah, that's just some great stuff. And there were some interesting things that Belinda said, especially when she pointed out that most people that come online and they're looking for something to have it done aren't necessarily bargain hunters, And it's like, that's kind of interesting because by nature, my policy, never pay full price for anything, and mine too. My motto, yeah, and I'm a bargain hunter and all that. But, I guess sometimes we forget that sometimes there's things more important than trying to save a buck. And for a lot of these companies that need jobs done, it's about having it done right, having it done quickly. And they will pay the extra money or sometimes a lot of extra money to have, especially if once you're known with them, I'm sure, to have that job done. And when you said that when we were chatting last night, it's like, yeah, that's quite an interesting thing. I never really thought about, that because when I've thought about things like arbitrage and stuff like that, I've always thought, well, wow, why would they go with me? They could just do some shopping around, and but now I understand that. So that was a great point you made.
Thank you. See, a lot of courses I took didn't teach the missing links. Like they give you, they throw out some crumbs to you, but they hold back, or for whatever reason they don't tell you everything. I like to put the puzzle together and just give you everything.
It tends to be an industry standard that they always hold something back, you know, and I don't know if it's because they're trying to keep the secrets to themselves so they can make more money, or whether it's just trying to sell you an upsell where they can tell you those secrets, or I guess whatever the case, it's very hard to find a course or training that really gives you everything you need. It seems like they always hold a little bit back.
Well, in Tommy's defense, he spilled the beans on everything, but you're constantly having to update what worked, back 2-3 years ago may not work now. So that's not anybody's fault. But for not Tommy, he's a great guy. He gives it all. But for other courses I've tried from other people, they're the ones that seem to hold back, and they don't even upsell it to you unless they've run it into the ground. That's when they'll tell you or upsell it, maybe. Most of the time they just hold back because they might be still doing it themselves entirely. Anything like that.
That's right. Well, I had the same problem back when I used to set up search engines for websites that wanted to have search engines. And I caught into a lot of tricks behind the scenes of how to get ranked in search engines and stuff like that. And I was in the same. I was doing the same thing. I wasn't telling everybody under the sun how to get ranked, because if I gave out all the secrets that I knew and that I still know, and some of them don't apply anymore because it goes against industry standards now. But if I would have given out all my secrets, everybody and their dog tries to get ranked that same way, and then the indexing system doesn't work right. It almost breaks down like a pyramid. I say like a pyramid because if you follow a pyramid, sooner or later it breaks down because there's no more resource. But same thing with search engines. If everybody's submitting the same way, and there's not that factor of people not knowing all the details. There's a reason why Google and Yahoo don't tell you how to get indexed. They tell you how to index, but they don't tell you all the secrets, the little tidbits like, I don't know, the title matters, the description matters, the meta tags matter, the file name matters, the domain name matters. If the
there's courses that do teach you that, but they don't tell you all the details of what's within that, because it's more to it than that.
They can't, because they don't know all the details, because the search engines don't give it to anybody. It's top secret. It's what they're telling you in those courses is what they've come across in the past and found what works, you see. But what happens with those programs is they tend to fail, and people get upset about the service not working, is because the search engines do change their tactics and ways things get indexed. And then there's another layer to this whole thing. Search engines like Google. Everyone says, Google changed the algorithm. No, Google did not change their algorithm. It's the same page rank algorithm from day one. It's an actual mathematical formula. But if I was ranked on day one below Ernie, and day two I managed to rank above Ernie, it also changes the results for Belinda, if it's all the same keyword, you see. So depending on where everybody is in the whole system will dictate who gets indexed where, you see. But you can get the page. It's called the Google Page Rank. The Page Rank algorithm is in Wikipedia, and you can get the mathematical formula of how it determines who gets ranked A, B, C, D, E, and so on. And that's the thing. That is the system for ranking with Google. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I said, do you use your keywords in the title, in the description, in the page multiple times, but in actual phrases, not just repetitive? Do you use synonyms and acronyms to those words? Like, we use daily live chat on YouTube, but we also say chatting with Mardox. Mardox live, chatting with Nelson, chatting with Belinda, chatting with Ernie. So that way when you guys go do a search for, say, Belinda on YouTube, you run the chance at least seeing the video from Mardox come up under your name. A chance. But there's a reason, in some cases, there's a reason why information is not given out. But it does look like, these gurus are holding back and, not giving out all the information. But then there's the other factor where...
Not just search engines.
Yeah, not just search engines, but now there's other factors like money-making systems. And I did this the very first time I got into a money-making program. I got the documents, and it was a chain letter. It was a pyramid chain letter, and it was at a time back in the early 90s that it was still going around. You sent out a letter to a request to each person on your list, and you said, "Can you send me the document?" Hence, it's what supposedly made it legal. Send me the document. I gave them $5. And so on and so forth. You know the routine. Shift everybody on 5 levels down 1. Put yours at the top. Start sending out your letter to everybody, that you know. So I went out and I spent $1,000 on a mailing list. I got printing done. I had papers done. I mailed all this stuff out, and then I contacted everybody that I emailed or I mailed. I contacted, and I said, "Why isn't this working? I'm getting no sales." And I talked to one of the people above me. And he said, "Oh, you're missing this document," which was a manual on how to do this kind of work in the industry, which, like you say, they held back this information. To this day, I resent it because I spent $1,500 of my money on something that just will never work because I was missing out on all the details.
I even know the dirty tricks. There's like dirty politics and everything, it seems. And there's another factor, whether it's JVZoo, Warrior Forum. I mean, they have some good stuff there, but they also have a lot of crappy. ClickBank, I'm not trying to put ClickBank down. Once in a while, you'll find some good stuff. Normally, it's junk. That's why there's so many returns.
Yeah.
JVZoo and Warrior Forum, which is basically the same people, just 2 different subcategories. It's 50-50, or maybe 50-60, I don't know. But
50-60, that's 110%.
Or 50-40, sorry, I meant 50-40.
Now you're at 90.
Anyway, the point is.
But ClickBank has gone a long way to clean that up too.
They are starting to improve. I see that some of the same software that you get at JVZoo starts to migrate over to ClickBank sometimes.
Yeah, and you can even see some physical products now being handled through ClickBank. So
okay,
a long way to change that. And but nonetheless, if you look, if you have one of the software where you can. Or the memberships where you can actually see what return rates are. It's usually your make money online topics are almost always your highest refund products.
Well, so the software I showed you last night, Ernie, some of it was from JVZoo. That was one of my top softwares that actually was product of the year 3 years in a row. And I was top sales and a spokesperson for that particular software. But the point I'm making is, like, let's say they come out with some trainings, like, PDFs, videos, that kind of product. A lot of it is what they call case studies. Now, some of them have been tried and, have worked, have experience. But do you know a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them that they sell in JVZoo, they admit to, like, later on, were case studies where they made it up. They never even tested it to see if it would work, and people are buying it left and right.
Oh yeah, because people. Here, I'll give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. I saw this on TV yesterday. Belinda, imagine this. I want you to picture this, okay? Just for the hell of it, I got a piece of paper in my hand, and I'm writing down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the paper. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine that. You see it in your mind.
Yeah.
Now I want you to choose a number.
Okay.
What is it?
3.
Okay, now choose another one.
5.
Okay, choose one more.
1.
Why did you choose those numbers? Why not 0? Why not 3,000? Why not 10,000?
I don't know, because I just thought quick.
No, because I already told you that. In this case, I told you, and I told everybody out there, that imagine a piece of paper, and I wrote down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I gave you the predefined assumption of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But I asked you to choose a number, not a number on that paper. Now,
I assumed
exactly. Exactly, you assumed. Now, I saw that on TV on an episode of Numbers just yesterday, and it blew my mind. It's true, it's assumption. And what these guys are doing is they're saying that, oh, this is a case study. Yes, it has been studied by somebody somewhere in the world by now. I'm sure if you look it up, there's a case study.
That's my point. Play on words. Play on words.
That's it. Yeah. And play on words is to create the pre-assumption in the person's mind that, oh, you're talking about this case study of your product, not just any case study, and therefore it must be true. Yeah, so
You
yeah,
see,
assuming makes asses of both you and me.
I know I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why when I buy a product, if I have any questions and I can't get a hold of the person selling it or the creator, whoever is in charge,
Yeah.
I won't buy it.
Yeah. But you
I
know,
will not buy it.
you know what I love in this episode is now I got a bunch of people going to watch this video, and I think Jackie, you too, you chose numbers between 1 and 6, right?
No, actually, one number I chose wasn't in that group.
Jackie cheated.
You better.
Dude, Ernie, honest to God, did you choose only numbers between 1 and 6 in your head?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so the majority of the people will do that. So I got a bunch of people out there right now that are going to say, oh my God, Nelson really is a guru.
But you know, we're talking about assumptions, you know, and you know, that's an interesting topic also, because that kind of leads into the copy that and the sales page that goes before all this, or the video in some cases. And I know Belinda and I have both done a fair amount of copywriting, and there, at what point does copywriting become dishonest, and what point does persuasion become dishonest, and what point, you know, and that's something as copywriters you always you always kind of work with, because you know you've got to have enough positive, upbeat, some would refer to a hype, but you've got to have a certain amount, all the positive benefits need to be expressed, and they need to be expressed in a way that your potential reader is going to relate to, and yet you don't want to cross the line and deceive people or lead people to believe something is too much more than what it is, or bang, you're going to have refunds.
Well, Ernie, looking back at our videos, looking back at our intro video when a person first lands on it, your opinion of those videos, what is it? Are those really high hype, mid-range, almost none?
You're talking about the animated videos that we have now?
Well, the Baldy there, the one, the set of 4 videos.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah, I'm not. I don't at all look at that and think that's hype. No. I think that's actually that's pretty darn good, actually.
Yeah, well, that's what I was told. I was told by the person who made the Baldy. He said you must have a team of writers on staff, and I kind of giggled and I read that, and I thought to myself, team of writers? It was me, myself, and I. I think all 3 of us count. You know,
well, it's in your nature, Nelson, to basically be upfront with people. And I mean, every time I've talked with you, whether it be on chat or on the phone when we've chatted, talked together, or you know, on these daily chats and stuff, pretty much what you see with Nelson is what you get, you know. And if you don't think something's, you don't like to snow job people, you basically said this is what you can expect, this is what, you know. And you've always been open to improvement as well. If somebody feels there should be more, they're not getting their full value, you've always been like, what do you think needs to be added to make this better?
That's right. That's right.
Well, see, I'm like him too. See, I try to be transparent, because, and that's another obstacle as a copywriter that we also face. I don't want to give, I hate hype. So I don't want to give it. I want to treat others the way I want to be treated. Golden rule, right? So I want to present it in a positive, like Ernie said, positive, upbeat, that makes them want to buy it, but without the hype and without misleading, because I am not one to want to play on words. Okay, I really am trying to be careful that, and I look at like what would I do as a prospect or a prospective buyer. What would I be interested in? You know, everybody's different. We all have a basic foundation of what we look for, at least. And I like that you were up front. That's what attracted me to your membership as well. It wasn't just what you were giving, but the way you presented yourself, because that's how I want to be with somebody, is just up front. I'd rather lose a sale if that sale wasn't even for that person to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Because then I can sleep at night.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right. No, I see what you're saying.
Copywriting is an interesting thing, you know, and you probably had some training in it too, and I went through a certificate course and all that on it myself. But and I've been doing a lot of it, and I did that for my own benefit, not because I'm selling copywriting services. But of course, I'm open to that. Anybody needs copywriting? No. Anyway.
Well, actually, I do for both. You know, for money and to better. Yeah.
But the point is that a lot of people, their idea of copywriting is just copying what everybody else is saying or doing in their copywriting, and that's not the way to do it, because it has to be genuine. It has to come. Yeah. There's more to copywriting than what most people think, and that might be the reason why there is so much hype and garbage copywriting out there. And by copywriting,
there's a lot of regurgitation going on out there also right now. A lot of stuff that's just being, you know, regurgitated. There's no other word for it.
It's basically pulling the wool over the people's eyes, putting on I forget what type of glasses those are, like beer glasses or red tinted glasses, so they don't
rose-colored
your
glasses.
thing is like a great thing and not realize it's a repeat of something, or they've heard something like this before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of regurgitated stuff, but there's also people that are being taught to look at somebody else's, letters or whatever, and just kind of spin it to their own, and that's another reason.
We should probably explain what copywriting is.
Yeah.
Belinda, you want to chat at that?
Copywriting there's an art to it. There's a technique. Some people like Ernie and I have a natural gift as writers in general, so we can take to something like that a lot easier than maybe some people, but everybody can learn if they have the interest to do it. I took several courses on it in the past to hone my skills, but copywriting basically is, there's different forms of it. It could be a sales letter, it could be an informational type thing. It's basically taking the writing skills and turning it into a format based on that product or service and giving the information and it's to pull people in, but you want to be honest when you're doing it. There's definitely an art to it. It's not just where you sit down, you just start writing, or anybody would just be doing that. A lot of people are being taught not to even bother if they really are interested in learning how to present their business in the proper way. They're not even being taught how to do it correctly. They're just being taught to get somebody else's work and redo it and hype it up and all this other stuff. And that's
the problem with having one person write, like when I write a script for my website, a lot of our members, I don't know where to start here. There's 3 points. Let's start on 1 point. A lot of people will tell me, Nelson, go look at this other membership site. And my answer to them is no. Because if I go look at the other membership site, I run the risk of mimicking the other membership site. You see? When I write script for my website, I don't want to go look at other people's writings or what they're writing for articles, because I'm going to wind up mimicking what they wrote. You see? So yeah, you want to be original and you got to use your own brain. Everybody has the power to sit down and say, now what am I going to write about? You got to look at what you're trying to sell. Write down, take a make the pros and cons chart. What are the positives? What are the negatives? And it's not bad to tell people about the negatives. It's a misconception that because you talk negative about your product, that you won't get sales. I do talk about the negative side of Mardox. There is a negative side. One, it's a business. You have to work at it. But funny enough, every month I've got users that are, they get nervous when they can't get around to paying their membership on time, and they get nervous about losing their membership fee. So that tells me that people are taking what I got and what we're putting out as valuable, that there is a value behind it, and all because we don't copy other people. So when you're making a copyright or ad swipe copy or anything that's written, anything that's written advertisement for your product or service, put out the pros and cons. Tell people both sides. The worst thing you can have is someone buy your product and find out there's a massive negative that they did not know about the first time. And it could be as simple as, okay, you're going to buy this now and there's going to be an upsell inside. Tell them there's an upsell. If they buy it, then they can't say they didn't know about it. You see? And I know I would have continued with a lot of programs. If I knew it was an upsell, I would have bought it anyways, as long as I knew it was an upsell in advance. But when I got in, bought the service at $49 and found out it's an upsell for $150, I was ticked. So write out the pros and cons and, make it honest, 100% honest. If people don't want it, they just won't want it.
Ernie and I were talking about upsells last night too, how a lot of JVZoo products and other places, they don't tell you there's upsells. Oh, well, this can't work until you get this upsell. I normally get all the upsells if it makes sense if it's worthwhile. Otherwise, I don't,
Right.
or I'll forego the product altogether, like you said. But one thing nice that people are starting to do, and I do this, I do reviews for a living. I rarely do testimonies, but I always do reviews because I have to test things out just for my own clients. So that's another thing I look out to do for them. I do give the pros and cons,
Yeah.
and I actually get more people coming to me because I'm not partial one way or the other.
Yeah.
But what I like is a lot of JVZoo sellers, what they're starting to do now is they're doing reviews on their own websites, and they'll tell you, a lot of them will tell you there's an OTO1, OTO2, or upsell 3, and they'll tell you exactly what the price is and what it does. So you already know before you buy the front end.
Yeah.
Especially your more established vendors on there, or product creators on there. You know, they a lot of them, as Belinda said, have their own websites and their own blogs, and you can find out quite a bit before you even get that product,
Yeah.
what you can expect.
Yeah. I'm going to give everybody an example of an upsell product that exists, and it exists way before the internet even existed. It's an automobile. You go to the dealer and you arrange to take payment, or you make one lump sum payment and you buy a car. Well, the upsell is the gas. You've got to put in the gas. And now if you've got an electric car, you're going to have to pay an electric bill. It's an upsell. If you don't pay the upsell, you don't run your car. It's still yours, but you don't get to run it, right?
But you know ahead of time, common sense, that you're
Yeah.
going to be getting gas, you know.
Exactly. So if your website sounds too good to be true at $5, chances are it's $5 just to get you in the door. And then there's going to be it's usually 5 times the amount. The upsell, the first upsell is usually 5 times, 7 times. So you'll be looking between $25 and $35, and then again 5 times the amount again. So now the next upsell after that is going to be about $125. So it gives you an idea of how much it's going to be. Take the product, what the ultimate end price is going to be, and they break it down into what they call a 5x 3-stage program. Not 5 times 3, but 5x, 5 times the previous amount. 3-stage meaning you're getting in at 5. The next one is 5 times the original price. So 5 times 3 is $15 to $25, whatever. And then 5 times 5 25, and then the next one will be 5 times again. But there'll be 3 stages. Usually that's how they work. And then you get some of these upsell programs where it just never ends. It's $5 today. Then you got to upgrade to 25. Then you got to upgrade to 125. And then if you wait till next month, now you're eligible to upgrade again, but you get an ebook with it. But now it's $400. It doesn't end.
So you have the people that don't know about the upsells ahead. They either get ticked off and just get their money back on the front end, or the other half that they have the money, they possibly upsell but not, or buy it, but not always.
Yeah, when you sell an actual product at Walmart or Canadian Tire or whatever, let's say Walmart, because you guys know what Walmart is. If you sell a product, you go to Walmart and say, sell my box. You have to say on the box if it requires batteries. You have to say on the box if it requires an internet connection. You have to say if you're going to have to buy a membership. So you're supposed to disclose this before the person purchases it. I think the internet should get around to doing the same thing. ISPs, content resellers, or distribution sites like JVZoo, Warrior Forum, Warrior Plus, ClickBank should also do it, I think. They should oblige their sellers to disclose whether or not it's a one-time purchase, if it's a monthly membership recurring, or if it's an upsell or OTO, like you say. I think they should be obliged to do it. That would save a lot of time and trouble when it comes to the industry, when it comes to chargebacks, because then the person can't say, I didn't know it was an upsell. They would have to be told up front, this is an upsell program. Do you wish to continue?
I like that. I wish we would do that. And,
Yeah.
Everything kind of falls under that whole realm of funnel systems, And I don't like to think of myself as being a fluid in the system of a funnel, or a bead in the, going through a funnel.
Funnels are okay.
Yeah,
I'm running a
I never
funnel.
like that terminology for some reason.
Hold on now. I'm running a funnel system right now with Mardox, and I bet you most of you don't even realize it. When you first come into that first landing page, you become a lead. When you confirm your email, you now become a free member. So there's my first funnel. I'm getting tons and tons of leads, and then I get a say, oh my God, I said the L word. Oh no, I'm in trouble now.
We've been talking about that all day. Where have you been?
Okay, so we're excluded for today. So,
well, we could say prospect. We can change it up
there
now.
you go. We call it prospects. There you go. So I get, for example, 1,000 leads a day coming into the system, and out of that we get like 100, 150 actual members. Now, we get a lot of leads because a lot of people don't respect the fact that they have to go confirm their email address, or it's just bots or programs that just come in and and swamp the system. But the real ones are about 100 to 150 new members come in, confirmed email addresses. Now, those are just free members. Of those free members, about 1% become a paid member. So we're looking at about 1 to 7 a week, let's say, becoming paid members, or realistically. Now, those paid members, I do upsells to when I do my special courses. I don't give the special courses that when I stand in front of a whiteboard and do the talks. I don't give those to all our members. Those only go to the paid members. So when a person becomes a paid member, there's my funnel. Now I've broken it down to that 1% of the 1% that joined up at Mardox, and they get access to this content. So in reality, it is a funnel system, but keeping in mind that my ideology is that the $19.95 is what you get. If I do put content on, say, nelsonbuck.com, I will then promote Nelson Buck as a separate membership site, but you might get a rebate because you're a Mardox member, you see, or you might get, say, 3 months free because you're already a paid member. But ultimately,
so you're going to charge us again for another thing?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Of course.
I mean, I got to gouge. I have to gouge as much as I can, right?
I want you to nickel and dime me. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. That's why. That's what I'm here for.
You're right though, Nelson. That it is I guess technically it's a funnel, but
it's flat out. It's flat out.
We kind of call it. We used to call it the sales process or the upsell process, or there's all kinds of names we used to call it, but we got this now funnel, and there's for some reason in my mind, certain images are negative, like the pyramid. That's a negative image to me. Funnel is just an upside down pyramid. That's a negative image for me. There's certain images for some reason, and if you study like neurolinguistics programming and things like that, there's certain images that seem to connotate or elicit certain responses in certain people, and for some reason, that imagery just
think now, a funnel is not a bad thing. Imagine a fair, a state fair, or a town fair. You're going to have a ton of people come in through the front gates. Those are all your leads or prospects. And you're going to look at all the kiosks that are going to be the lower selling kiosks are going to be closest to the gate as people first come into the fair. Then you're going to have the mid-range value further down the fairway, and then you're going to have the high-end ticket ones at the back. You see, because people are going to go through this fairway, and then when they get through the fairway, they've seen everything. And what you don't know a lot about a fair is sometimes you'll have a family who'll run, the son and daughter will run the low-end ticket at one point, and the high-end ticket will be mom and dad at the back end. Two totally different products, but the same family. So.
Well, there's also different types of funnels I've learned to make, and it depends on your service or your product. And the kind of funnel, just like there's all different types of ways of doing capture pages, landing pages.
Yeah.
There's, it depends on what you want to do, really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's different ways of doing everything. I mean, the pyramid. When someone says pyramid, one person signs up 2 people, and then 2 people sign up 2 people, and so on and so forth. That system breaks down because there is only 7.5 billion people on the planet only. And of those 7.5 billion people, there's only about 200-300 million in all that are using internet. I don't think there's much more than, say, 500 million, half billion. So you're to start a pyramid scheme, or just a pyramid, even if it's not a scheme, even if it's legit and there's an actual product, it has a finite end. Like Amway's at its end. There's anybody who's in Amway has already been in Amway or has been in Amway for a long time. Anybody else wanting to get into it are either really young, just getting the word of Amway, or I've heard about it and want to have nothing to do with it. You see, but even Amway, their reach is limited, and I think Amway's at its end.
But yet they've been around for years, even since I used to be in it, like when I was 18.
Yeah, they've been around for years, but they're not going to grow anymore. They've leveled off.
They actually, what most of these companies do when they reach that certain saturation point is if they're direct sales, they typically expand into other markets. So they expand overseas, they
Yeah.
expand into other countries, and if they're internet, they typically
But
start
it's still
different avenues. Like they go into physical products, or they,
But there's on a pyramid. It is still a limit. The limit is the population.
Yeah, but they also rechanged the name to Quick Star, then back to Amway, and then they did something that went against why we do MLM. They went and advertised on TV when it defeats the purpose of cutting advertising costs as part of being an MLM.
Yeah.
So they kind of shot themselves in the foot that way.
Yeah, that's it.
And interestingly enough, you're seeing a lot of companies that were direct sell companies now starting to market or sell their products in the stores. Like Watkins, their products are available, I think.
Yeah, they've been around for years.
Walmart, yeah, and they were strictly a direct sales company till a few years ago when their management kind of changed.
Or they have no choice.
Now you can buy their products in Walmart and Walgreens, and
And yet
again, the pyramid is dried up. There's no more fresh stuff coming in.
But then they shouldn't be teaching their people like they've been doing for years, saying, instead of them going to the store shelves, they can come to our store, because now they're basically selling out to the stores.
Yeah, they have to, otherwise they're going to dry up.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's it, But if you look at a funnel, it's an inverse pyramid, but in the same sense, it should be, instead of being negative, it should be positive. As long as there's people coming in, you're going to make that 1% of the 1% in sales. You see, like I said in my thing, if for every for 10,000 or 100,000 people that come in, 1%, that gives you 1,000 that are going to become actual prospects. Of your 1,000 prospects, you're going to have 1% in sales, or 10 actual sales. If you keep by those numbers, you're pretty good. Yeah, you might have 5%, you might get 25% in sales, but if you keep to the 1%, you're not going to shoot yourself in the foot and say, "Oh shit, I thought it was going to be more sales than I thought."
Language.
It actually was, But at least you're not screwing people over. Now, the people coming into your funnel can come in 1,000 times. It's not going to hurt anything. Whereas a pyramid, a person can only come in once, and after that, they're burned.
Well, here's another thing they teach. It's a numbers game. Yes and no. Everything has a number. That's true. But the numbers can be in your favor if you know how to swing them, depending on what you're doing, whether it's talking to people or a task of, getting your business out there. There is a way around the numbers so that it could be in your favor, but nobody gets taught about this stuff.
Yeah, but again, there's still limits when it comes to a pyramid or any MLM, like we refer to as an MLM. And I hate calling MLM a pyramid, but it actually is.
Government is pyramid. So pyramid isn't bad. It's how you run it that determines.
Well, if you take a pyramid where, for example, I get a list of investors, and I charge $2 to every investor. I take two people right now, you and Ernie, and I charge your accounts $2. Move it to my account, and then 2 days later, I put back your $2 because now I've contacted your two people underneath you each, and I've charged $2 to them. I put your money back. If I keep doing that, at the 19th turnaround, I'm going to have over $524,000 in my account. And everybody in my pyramid will have received back their $2 looking like it was an administration error. Okay? But by the 19th fold, I have to get out of Dodge. Because now I have half of the pyramid on the very, very bottom row ticked off, because where's my $2, everyone's going to say. You see what I mean? So a pyramid has a limit. And no matter how you look at it, a pyramid has a limit. A funnel has no limit. A funnel has as much limit as you have in advertising. And yes, like Ernie says, it's an inverted pyramid, but I think you should look at a funnel as positive instead of negative.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Pyramid doesn't have to be bad. MLM doesn't have to be bad. It's what gives it a bad name is the people that run it, not the model itself. Government is a pyramid in a sense.
Holy crap. Hold on a second, guys. We got the lady in red here with a wide-ass smile on her face from ear to ear. What is going on, Carrie?
Turn off your Carrie, you're muted. You might have to turn your mic back on.
Not mic,
yeah, that might help.
Yeah. So why do you have a smile from ear to ear? Did you just?
Well,
It's because Ernie was sending her a chat.
Ernie was sending me a chat.
Oh, Ernie, you're cheating behind my back.
Yeah. I'm just telling her glad that she's here. That's all. And
Yeah.
yeah. So I always try to say something to make people smile. You know.
Ernie is sweetheart.
Boy, you guys don't know me well. But you know, it's an interesting
should we have a
conversation.
talk to your wife?
Yeah, that's right. You want the real truth? Yeah.
I'll read her memoirs. But anyway,
I didn't save the like I said yesterday, guys. I said keep all your files, keep all your work, images, videos, and all that. And I made today's thumbnail. Carrie showed up. I didn't keep the editing file to modify the thumbnail. I just rendered it as a PNG file, and I destroyed the work file. The point and click stuff.
Nelson.
So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Carrie, you're not on this thumbnail.
Oh well.
You're
It's
out.
I ain't either because I can't get a decent picture.
Oh no, I can put yours on, but I'm not kidding. You look pixelated. Ugh.
Well, at least I'll be on there. It's better than being left out.
It's gonna look like crap.
You know what, though? It's better than nothing at all because that's all I have otherwise.
We gotta get you a picture. We gotta get you a picture.
Get me a camera first that I could take a picture with.
Find a friend that has a camera.
I don't have anybody around here that would give me one. So
No
But
no
she's better
friends.
than I am. I don't have any friends, so.
I have friends who are all online. That's what they. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, you have me Ernie. You have me as a friend.
Honestly, Nelson, I hate to say this, but I hardly even know my neighbors.
Yeah, that is bad. That is bad.
Well, a lot of them moved out though. A lot of them are new too. That in my defense, but still.
Yeah, that's it.
But,
You know, seriously, younger families moving in, older families moving out, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing about pyramids and saturation and stuff like that. There's kind of an idea that every business reaches a certain point of saturation, but I'm not so sure that's altogether. I guess it depends on how you define or interpret the word in saturation. I think every business hits a stagnation point. And at that point, they need to be more innovative to
plateau,
reignite. Yeah, they plateau, and sometimes they downright stagnate. And at that point, new things need to happen to either bring that business forward or to expand that business into what its areas of reach are.
Well, that goes back to what we were saying before about how some things get saturated and the gurus don't want you to know certain tidbits or whatever that they might be holding back, or everybody did it. But there's a lot of things that they hold back, and it has nothing to do with being saturated because there is a big population on the internet alone. And there's MLMs that say, two to get two or three to get three. Yeah, in a perfect world, but it doesn't work that way. Most people will not even bother to get there two for whatever reason. For example.
Mm-hmm. And it's, you also take into account that a lot of people that in any one given business, there's a lot of people that aren't yet into that any one given business. But I think what happens on the internet especially is that you hit those plateau points and those saturation points at the speed of light. I mean, it's just so quick that something comes out today, and within 6 months, it's usually much quicker, sometimes within 6 weeks. It's everywhere, and it's harder and harder to promote something on the internet and bring people to that product or into that system or program because everybody and their brother is doing it.
Yeah.
Or it seems that way, but the problem is the way around that is what happens usually to bring those things forward is people either start beginning to create their own splash pages or their own teams, and these team building systems pop up. So that's the positive way to bring something forward, that if you especially are using company provided materials or replicated websites to take beyond that and sustain it.
Yeah, company provided materials. Yes, I'm gonna get that media kit that I talked about done yesterday. Done. I'm gonna make sure to get it put together with the logos and content and videos and stuff. Would you guys rather have it as a zip file to download and use, or just click and download what you need off the website?
Either one's good with me. But that reminds me, I forgot to mention earlier about the arbitrage thing. If you're getting just a few gigs, you don't need a website. But if you're going to make a career out of it, like really full time, you might want to get a website made. And again, use your outsource to make your website if you don't know how to do it yourself.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. You know, and there's a lot of free services out there for websites. I mean, you'll use Wix.
Well, you want to know, you want to look professional though. You don't want it to look like you got a free website.
Yeah, I mean, go to Wix. I don't know anybody who cannot not look professional without using Wix.com.
I've had Wix before, and I wasn't that impressed with them, honestly.
Yeah, but did you design it or they did?
They did. I don't know how to do anything like that.
Well, it's all point and click. Seriously,
Yeah, but
it's like grab an image and put it in place.
It didn't look like some of the other sites that I had done for me. It didn't ring the same way. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just picky. I don't know.
Yeah, because I like I said, since they came out on TV, Wix.com has been pretty good for people that have been using it. I mean, it is very simple to use, except the problem is it's an upsell because okay, it's free, you get a website, but once you want to host it on your own domain, boom, there's all the fees.
Yep, that's right.
You know, they don't charge much, but they don't tell you there's fees involved.
Yeah.
They say everything's free, you know.
Yeah, they don't. On a commercial. Remember copywriting, advertising. That's another. The way they put it makes you draws you in. You know, because you don't know.
Yeah, and then as you're building the page on Wix, they don't tell you, by the way, this is going to cost you this much. Once you're done the page, you go about a week, then they say, now if you want your own domain, do you want this, do you want that? Oh, and by the way, you got 10,000 views on your site, now there's bandwidth, now you got to pay for hosting, and suddenly there's a bill. You know, so, yeah, the companies are doing that. I don't think it's right. I think they should say, you know, starting at this price. You know, so you get an idea. Okay, the base price is $9.95 a month or something. You know,
it'll make you at least ask questions. Yeah,
it's not really free. Free is if you set up the website and you never come back again. You get no traffic. You see?
Yeah, let's put it this way: there's really no such thing as a free lunch. Even free has a limit.
They've got free design is what they have. They offer free website design, but it's not free website. Big difference, you know.
Yeah, so you can design it, but they won't pay for the use of it.
The hosting, stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas at Mardox, you join up, become a paid member, you get a website with your membership, domain of your choice, hosting, bandwidth, but you got to pay $19.95. See, there's the pros and the cons. You see, we just did it. Pros, you get a domain name, you get hosting, you get bandwidth, you get, I'll even help you design it if you want me to, but there's the $19.95. So there's your con.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't expect things to be free.
That's it.
Like,
stuff. As I said, there's a limit to free. It's great to start out, but you can't do it all like that.
That's it.
Yeah, no.
That's it. You know, so there's.
You think you're lying to yourself if you think you can get into business for free.
That's right. Yep. That's right. Carrie, did you have a topic before we close up for today?
It might be too long to throw in there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
What was the topic? Maybe we can drag it on Monday.
Well, I got this ebook yesterday, and it's really good. I think we could use it maybe for next time. It's all about, let's see what title is, 10 productivity hacks to keep you winning in your home office.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now write a note.
We could use it.
Write a sticky note. Slap that to your forehead.
I knew he was going to say that.
Monday, talk about this.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause it's already 4 o'clock. I got to get going. It's unfortunate. It's coming up. It went by fast today. Wow. I didn't think it was going to be that fast. Hey. Oh, hi, Eugene. I just noticed you came in.
Eugene,
are you there?
Maybe.
Hey, you might not be there. Okay. Okay, well, let's wrap it up, guys, if you guys don't mind. Yeah. And we'll be back on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's getting nice to see that we got members coming in each day. It's starting to roll. It's like getting one of those habits going. You know, you just got to keep going at it until until a task turns into a habit. Oh, someone got hurt.
Oh, no, that's just, wait, I'll be out.
Okay. Okay, so this is the Mardox live chat for December 3rd, 2016. I was Nelson Buck. We have Belinda Condell, Ernie Geeting, Eugene Byers, and Carrie Foster today. Oh, with Jackie Stonehouse sitting beside me because she loves spending time with me and beside me here.
I'm allowed to visit once in a while.
She's allowed to visit once in a while. So the next live chat will be on December 5th, 2016 at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and like and comment on the video. You will be eligible then to win one of the two $25 Amazon gift cards at the end of this month. So get in there, subscribe, and like, and comment, and tell people on your Facebook and Twitter that we have a contest going on this channel. We're looking to raise as many subscribers as possible. And another little fact is when we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do a live stream of my daughters mutilating my beautiful hairdo. It might be blonde, stripe colored, spiked, shaved on one side, long on the other. Only God knows. We'll find out when there's 5,000 subscribers on this channel. So we're going to see you guys then. If you guys want to say bye to everybody.
Bye.
God bless and bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody. You have a great weekend.
We'll do. Okay, so we'll see you guys.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you guys, everybody, on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.